A box of Twinkies in that grocery store. Not just any box of Twinkies. The last box of Twinkies that anyone will enjoy in the whole universe. Believe it or not, Twinkies have an expiration date. Someday very soon, life's little Twinkie gauge is gonna go empty.
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Thanks for listening to the Big Dumb Fun Show, where you hear music.
What?
Music, that's right, in between us talking our full heads off. Sometimes we play some music like Decoded with that first song, Open Season, followed by Sugar Red Drive's song, Grace.
I was not shocked when I heard the big news. You know, one of the trending topics this entire week on Twitter has been about the Hostess strike and
Hostess?
Cancellation of the business, going out of business. 82-year-old Hostess Corporation, and everyone, of course, it's a water cooler story. Everybody at work is just blaming the unions or blaming the fat cat CEOs. Just what. There's so many different sides to the story, and I was like, you know what? I honestly don't think that there's any chance that Hostess is actually going to go out of business. And, of course, people start tweeting up. They start Facebook posting all these empty shelves. There's like a mad dash for Hostess supplies.
When is the last time you had a Twinkie?
Actually, can I say that this...
you can't answer for me. You don't know when I had a Twinkie.
Yes, one of the co-workers the other day had a couple boxes of Twinkies, and he was handing them out to everyone the other day. And
was that after the announcement?
It was on Friday.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually had a Twinkie until I got married, and it was a couple of years into marriage when it was like one of those conversations, because eventually you just run out of stuff to talk about.
You've never had a deep-fried Twinkie before?
No, I never had a deep-fried Twinkie, but I just had one of those things where I never had Twinkies growing up, and it was like, seriously, you never had a Twinkie, and it's very unbelievable.
No one believes that.
Yeah, nobody believes that. Nobody would believe that, but my mom, believe it or not, kept it pretty healthy in the house.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Where you get off laughing at me, but
I'm chubby too. Don't worry. And I don't eat Twinkies.
Needless to say, frequently Venkman was heard running away from the house, yelling, "That's it! I'm finding some Twinkies.
No more broccoli."
I am just quite disappointed because if they can bail out the big corporations like the car dealership.
You want a Twinkie bailout?
I don't really say I want a Twinkie bailout. I'm just saying that it's like America doesn't care about what we're known for or the small businesses. They just care about these big corporations. Let's go bail out GMC because we can, because it's a big corporation. And it's just, in my opinion, Hostess. I hear fish. Do you hear fish?
What about
the ocean?
passing the hat, man?
That wasn't the fish. You do sound like a dirty hippie, though.
I do not.
Well, we should just bail out Hostess.
Well, I think
that'd be like bailing out Budweiser. Like the country who's on the brink of like 80% of the population being obese is not going to bail out a Hostess cupcake company.
If Hostess goes away, how many jobs are getting lost? I thought the whole purpose of this whole living in America
18,000
is supposed to keep jobs, and then now that we have a new president, it's like, oh, there goes Hostess. There goes
what side are you
Boeing.
on?
Yeah, let's blame it on Obama.
Hostess came out.
That's what everybody does. Everybody blames the weather on Obama.
No, Hostess came out. The CEOs, they were in the middle of a strike, and they said, if you continue to strike, we will no longer be able to be in business. That's a fact. Like, that's what they came out.
Well, part of the reason for this was that there's a lot of people that worked at Hostess because it's been around for 50, 60 years.
82.
Yeah, and they've got a retirement package. They've got benefits. They've got some sort of a 401k that Hostess now has to make good on. And so it's not just their regular operating costs just to make some Twinkies and ding-dongs or whatever, right?
Yeah, there's a huge pension that they have to start paying out on.
I'm just so sick and tired of hearing, like, this company shutting down and that company shutting down and these jobs are lost. I think, it's Hostess and it's a big thing of the American cool. I get that and I respect it, and that's what makes it a little bit sadder. But the whole fact is, here you go, another 18,000 jobs being lost. What the hell are we supposed to do?
No, here's what the way that it originally came down, at least in the last several days, is that regardless of what's happening behind the scenes in the corporate Hostess office, there was a strike going on. Not at all Hostess locations, but at some locations, and the company came back and they said, hey, if you guys don't continue to, or if you keep striking, we're going to have to just go out of business, and now you're all screwed.
Isn't it a management issue? Do you think? I mean, in my opinion, why would they be going like on strikes? It all boils down to, in my opinion, a management issue. It's a
disagreement between management and the union. They're all
Exactly.
involved in a union.
But
So
if you don't have your people on your team, and if you don't have a good team working together, of course these people are going to go on strike, and of course this is going to happen. So yeah, I blame both parties, of course, but it boils down to management. Otherwise,
a lot of people blaming the union, saying that because now they fought, they want their. I honestly don't know what they were looking for. I'm assuming better benefits and better wages, like any other union strike that you hear about. The company came out and said, if you don't stop this, we're going to go out of business. Of which they continued to strike, and then Hostess said, all right, we're going out of business.
Well, sadly, if
and
they
now
lose their jobs,
all those employees that were striking. Which do you think is better? And
So here's what
I'll direct this to you, because I think you would have a unique opinion about this. Do you think that these workers are now better off that they fought with their union and they fought for what they thought was right, and then now are out of a job? Or do you think that they should have just caved in because some employment is better than no employment?
No, because I'm sorry, I know Gnurk needs answer, but what's going to happen? The government's going to pay them anyways, benefits and money.
But they're
on
not
a
going to
monthly
make
basis.
nearly as much on unemployment as they would as an employee.
Yeah,
of the
but that's
company.
what's going to happen. It doesn't matter. The government's going to kick them and pay them
Well,
unemployment.
The government would do that anyway if anybody lost their job and they had paid into that pool for unemployment.
Yeah, but you're only going to get unemployment for a certain limited amount of time.
Well, the question really
That's
comes
what
down
they
to,
say.
because they're going to continue to have these operating expenses above and beyond the employees. What I had read online, in part, was sure, the CEOs and the executives, they could give up their wages. Give them up. Go, here, I'm going to make $1 this year. There are many CEOs that have done that when their company's in crisis.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much would that carry the company? What I had read online, 3 days. Paying all those people to be employed is expensive.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
Above
I
and
agree.
beyond paying retirement benefits and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
there's a couple
they
of-
could give up all that money, and it would really keep the company going for 3 more days.
Yeah,
okay,
there's-
so now what? What's the company do? Here's what I think is going to happen. I had read online they were going to sell the assets, which supposedly valued out at $75 million. I don't know if that's just the hard assets or that's the brand and the equipment.
I would assume that's the brand.
I would think if somebody came in and offered them $75 million, if I had $75 million, I'd buy Hostess and then say, well, listen, we're a new company. It's a new day. There is no union.
Yeah, do not allow that union in there. As a business owner, there's no way in hell I would want a union
But
in
gonna
my
have,
business.
We're going to have good benefits packages for our employees. I think they're struggling also with health insurance.
I think
See,
my
being
problem.
being an 82-year-old business, you're also struggling with those 82-year-old ideas about, factories have to have unions. It's stuff that really it doesn't apply a lot nowadays. But to wrap it up, they're back in discussions now. Hostess is not completely dead as of right now.
Oh, I want a Twinkie now.